right, we are live and the meeting is yours.
Thank you very much.
But got about another minute, Madam Mayor.
Yes, thank you. Actually, I'm going to go ahead. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regular meeting of the Mayor and Board of Trustees for the Village of Woodridge on Thursday, December 3rd, 2020. The time is 7 p.m. and we call the meeting to order. And if our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Abbott.
Present.
Trustee Krusek.
Present.
Trustee Page.
Present.
Trustee Hendricks.
Present.
Trustee Blair.
Present.
Trustee Martinez.
Present.
Madam Mayor,
Present.
we have a quorum.
Thank you very much. If you would please join us in a moment of silence. And as we dedicate our meeting this evening to the memory and honor of longtime neighbor and friend, Rosemary Cook, also known as Rosie. Rosie devoted her life to giving and caring for those less fortunate and those in need. She was a faithful volunteer and team lead at the West Suburban Community Pantry for many years. She will be missed. Our thoughts and prayers are with her family and friends, and we send our deepest sympathy and condolences to all. We'll now follow with the Pledge of Allegiance, led by the Village of Woodridge. I
Pledge
Allegiance to the
the
flag.
flag
The
United States of America and to the republic for which stands
for which it stands, one
one
nation,
under
under
God,
God, indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty
and
and justice for all. Under the special recognition portion of our agenda this evening, I'm very proud to announce to everyone that the Village Board unanimously passed Resolution 2020-99 at our November 19th Village Board meeting. This resolution publicly celebrated and acknowledged the village's support and appreciation for our law enforcement professionals that serve within our Woodridge Police Department. I thought it would be important to take a moment this evening and express our gratitude by reading aloud the resolution. And I've asked our village administrator, Mr. Stonich, if he would be so kind as to recite the resolution on behalf of the village board and myself.
Thank you, Mayor Cunningham, members of the board, good evening. This is Resolution 2020-99. It's a resolution in support of the Woodridge Police Department's law enforcement professionals, which reads as follows. Whereas the Village of Woodridge is a home rule municipality in accordance with the Constitution of the State of Illinois of 1970, whereas the village has the authority to adopt resolutions and to promulgate rules and regulations that pertain to its government and affairs that protect the public health, safety, and well-being of our citizens. Whereas the village has a long-standing pride-filled commitment of support for our Woodridge Police Department and all the men and women that serve within it. Whereas the women and men of the Woodridge Police Department wear their uniforms with honor, dedication, and integrity as they protect and defend our community. Whereas the village's law enforcement officers willingly face dangerous circumstances and threat of serious bodily injury or death on a daily basis as part of their sworn duty to faithfully discharge their oath and uphold the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois to the best of their abilities. Whereas the village recognizes and appreciates the Woodridge police officers, appreciates that Woodridge police officers are oftentimes faced with making split-second decisions that could save a life or property, and therefore deserve our praise and support. And whereas the village believes law enforcement is essential to protecting lives, property, and businesses, and firmly supports the Woodridge police officers who put their lives at risk every day to serve and protect our community. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Board of Trustees of the Village of Woodridge, DuPage, Will, and Cook County, Illinois, the whole municipality, in the exercise of its home rule powers, that Section number 1, the Mayor and Village Board thank the men and women of the Woodridge Police Department who stand every day as guardians of peace and order, ready to protect our families and businesses and our very freedoms. Section number 2, the Mayor and Village Board publicly acknowledge their support and appreciation for the commitment and sacrifice made by every member of the Woodridge Police Department to keep our community safe. Section number 3, the Mayor and Village Board recognize the importance of continuing to foster positive interactions between our Woodridge Police Department and all members of our community. Section 4, the Mayor and Village Board recognize the value of continuing to invest in our police department's leadership, community outreach, and public education programs. Section 5, the Mayor and Village Board acknowledge the rising trends in police response calls relating to mental health, domestic abuse, and addiction, and recognize the need to support our community and our police department with appropriate resources to help properly respond to these societal challenges. Section 6, the Mayor and Village Board recognize the importance of continuing to promote diversity in our law enforcement recruitment efforts and to invest in our police officer training and professional development programs. Section 7, the Mayor and Board acknowledge that the Woodridge Police Department employees go above and beyond the call of duty and are committed to doing whatever it takes to help protect and serve our community, often do so while confronting the most challenging circumstances. Section 8, the Mayor and Village Board recognize that Woodridge police officers oftentimes take it upon themselves to demonstrate random acts of generosity and kindness throughout our community and do so without any desire for fanfare or public recognition. And lastly, Section 9, Mayor and Village Board encourage our fellow residents, businesses, civic groups, and sister agencies to do all in their power and spheres of influence to express their appreciation and support of our village's police department. This resolution was passed on the 19th day of November 2020 unanimously and approved. Thank you, Mayor Cunningham.
Thank you very much, Administrator Stonich.
Thank you, Mayor and Board. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, Chief. And just really quick, I wanted to follow up that just as a way for us as a community to unite and show our support, I'm asking everyone to consider, please, joining us in showing that by turning on a blue light or putting out a blue ribbon in support of our police, our essential workers, our fire department, all are heroes in Woodridge to us, because we cannot thank you enough for everything that you and the police department do for us. You are critical providers, professionals, and caring service providers in our community that means so much to all of us. So if everyone could consider putting out a blue light to show the support, that would be great, or a blue ribbon. We can come together and be united as a community to say thank you so much. And we truly appreciate all the excellence in our police department and beyond. Thank you very much. Now at this portion, we'll move to comments from the public. We do have the need to open up a formal public comment opportunity for the proposed tax levy and abatement ordinances that appear on tonight's board agenda. So I'm going to ask, we're going to go ahead and ask to open the public comment opportunity portion of the meeting. And I know staff has a presentation this evening, so I would invite our staff to proceed, please.
Thank you, Mayor Cunningham, Board of Trustees, staff, and others in attendance this evening. Tonight is the public comment portion of the Village and Library 2020 tax levies that will be collected in fiscal year 2021. Next slide, please. I'm going to present both the Villages and Libraries levy this evening. You'll be familiar with the presentation, given that it's very similar to that presented at the levy determination in November. I should note that Library Director Pam Dubé is in our virtual audience should anyone have any questions for her during the presentation. Next slide, please. At the board workshop in September, as well as the determination on November 5th, the board decided to increase the levy by only capturing new construction coming onto the tax rolls. So that's the scenario that I will be presenting to you here this evening. Adding in the new construction from 2019 increases our EAV by about 1.6%, which allows for a 1.6% increase to our levy in order to capture that new growth. This results in a levy amount of $3,301,350, which is an increase of $51,350 from last year's levy. This is the third levy year. The majority of the board is in favor of increasing the levy, increasing the EAV by only new growth. This is the second year that 100% of the levy is needed for police pensions, which is not sufficient enough to cover the full amount that the village has to fund next year. As you can see, it's about $1.5 million short, in which other revenues will be needed to make up the difference. And as such, there is no levy for corporate operation or general operations again this year. Next slide, please. Based on the proposed levy of $3,301,350, expected overall growth in the village's EAV of 4.5%, the village's tax rate will be 0.2450. And then if we use that rate, this chart actually shows the amount of property taxes paid to the village for every $100,000 of market value of a home. So, or property, I should say. So if you own a property worth $300,000, you should expect to pay approximately $245 in property taxes to the village. This calculation does not take into account any exemptions, which would obviously lower the amount. And please note also that this is staff's estimation based on a 4.5% EAV increase and will change based on the actual EAV that is determined by the townships. However, this is pretty close to what we've been hearing, reporting similar growth numbers. Next slide, please. I added the slide this year, again, just to illustrate another example of how a home's market value or property's market value will play into a tax bill. So for the example you'll see here, someone has $100,000 in a property value last year in 2019. And there's 4 different ways that home's value has changed in 2020 based on the proposed levy tonight. First 3 rows you're looking at are the changes in the home's value, ranging from -5 to +5%. And then the last 4 rows are the resulting changes in the tax bill from 2019 to the 2020 proposed levy. Next slide, please. I show this every year. I think it's a good way to illustrate how where a dollar goes in regards to property taxes each year. For every dollar that a homeowner pays in property taxes, about 4 cents come to the village and 5 cents to the library. And as you can see, a majority of our property tax dollars do go towards our school system. Next slide, please. The village currently has 3 bond issues, and the debt service payment on these total $1,743,944. These will be paid using revenues other than property taxes. So we won't abate the levy for these. In other words, we are not going to levy to pay debt. And by doing so, this lowers the tax burden on property owners here in the village. Next slide, please. The village also has 3 special service areas, or SSAs, in which a property tax can be levied, a separate tax, all of which pay for stormwater maintenance in those specific areas. Next slide, please. Special service area number 1 is 7 Bridges, established in 1989. The levy we're requesting is $39,520 at a projected tax rate of 0.03. This means that a home value of $600,000 will pay approximately $60 in property taxes to the village. SSA number 3, Richfield Place. This was established in 97. Our levy request is $7,170 at a tax rate of 0.16. This means that a $500,000 home will be paying the village $266 in property taxes. Next slide, please. Special Service Area number 5, Timber's Edge. This was established in 2014. Tax levy request this year, or for 2020, would be $8,345 at a tax rate of 0.03. $50 in property tax will be paid to the village for a home value of $500,000. Next slide, please. This portion will be the library's part of the presentation. Next slide, please. The library's 2020 levy request is $3,847,414. This is flat from 2019, so no increase in the levy. The breakdown is as follows, as you can see on the slide, is $3,597,414 from the general fund, $140,000 for IMRF, and $110,000 for FICA. Next slide, please. Library's budgeting 2021 revenues to be $4 million, $4,702,000. And as you can see, 96% of it is property taxes. Next slide, please. On the expense side, library's budgeting in 2021, $4,702,000. And on the pie chart on the right is the distribution of those expenditures. Next slide, please. So this concludes our brief presentation here of the Village and Library 2020 levies. If there's any questions or comments at this time, we'd be happy to field them.
Well, first of all, we'd like to thank you very much, Darren, for your wonderful presentation. You are our Assistant Finance Director, and I must say I did like that added slide. So thank you very much. It was very helpful. I'd like to open up to the Village Board to see if there's any questions anyone may have. Okay, well, we thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor.
As we are meeting remotely this evening, I'm going to check to see if there are any members of the public that are wishing to offer any public comment regarding the proposed tax levy and or abatement ordinances, please.
Mayor Cunningham, we've received no written comments, and I believe as Village Planner Green has stated, there's no one in the waiting room either.
Okay, thank you so much. So we can go ahead and move on. So now we will move to public comments that are not related to tonight's agenda. Just going to ask if we've received anything that is not related to our agenda.
Yes, thank you, Mayor Cunningham. No, we have not.
Okay, thank you so much, Administrator Stonich. We'll maybe pause for just a moment to make sure that we're not going to receive anything. We'll ask one last time for any comments from our public. These would be items that are not related to tonight's agenda, please.
Mayor, nothing received.
Okay, thank you so much. So we'll go ahead and we'll just move right to the omnibus. So this evening before us, we do need a motion to approve our omnibus agenda, item A, and the acceptance of B through E, please.
So move, Trustee Krusek.
Thank you, Trustee Krusek. And a second, please.
Second, Trustee Blair.
Thank you, Trustee Blair. Is there any request for any item to be separately considered? Seeing no one, I'm going to ask our clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Krusek,
Aye.
Trustee Page,
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks,
Aye.
Trustee Blair,
Aye.
Trustee Martinez,
Aye.
Trustee Abbott.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
Thank you very much. Now, under presentation of communication and correspondence, under the mayor's report, I just want to share with everyone that we had a wonderful Giving Tuesday in Woodridge, always the first Tuesday of December. And as a community, we celebrate our annual community recognition program on Giving Tuesday. And we proudly recognize so many wonderful people within our community that truly just make our community shine. And just going to thank everyone from the school district. We had 2 District 68, the principal from Edgewood School, and also a teacher from Jefferson. So congratulations to both Tanya and to Amy, just outstanding works. And also Linda at our library was recognized, along with Connie from the Park District. And because of the year that we've had, all of us under COVID and the pandemic, we as a village decided to recognize all of our village colleagues for just their incredible teamwork, their giving, working remotely, and it took everyone to really make things happen and keep our village running and at the level of service that we are dedicated to. So we also recognized all of the team members at the Village of Woodridge. Our youth citizens were 2 students from Jefferson Junior High, both Mark and Isabel, just outstanding students. And then we this year also honored 3 businesses with the Business of the Year Award. Home Depot, Jam and Jelly, and Canine Corner. And the Mayor's Spirit Award was given to Ramon Josen, the gentleman who founded Blue Jeans for the Homeless. Just an incredible group of people. We just thank them so much for all that they do every single day. I also invite all of our neighbors in Woodridge to please check our video that we have out on our village Facebook, our village website. Please check it out. I think it's inspiring and just a really great way of, as a community, saying thank you. So wanted to share that with everyone. Also, today we received a couple of thank yous from some of our Woodridge restaurants. And I think it's really great news that the village board worked together to approve a Woodridge restaurant relief grant program, and they are in process. So to date, the village has approved grants totaling $202,293 going to 11 of our Woodridge restaurants. There are 4 more restaurants that are in process. So just so proud that we as a community are trying to truly help our businesses who have really been through so much. And we thank our businesses for reaching back out to say thank you today. Many of us saw the correspondence. I know that the help is needed and it is truly appreciated. And on behalf of our community, we are so thankful to our restaurants and businesses in Woodridge. So please remember, take a breakout and do takeout. Get out there and support our businesses and show your appreciation whenever you can. It's greatly appreciated. And also during this season, the holiday season, please shop Woodridge whenever you can. It's much appreciated. Thank you, everyone. That is my report this evening. And now I'm going to ask Administrator Stonich for your report, please.
Thank you, Mayor Cunningham. First item A this evening is ordinance 2020-37. It's ordinance amending the village code of Woodridge Title I, Section 1-5-2A-1. And specifically, this proposed ordinance would amend permanently the start time for the regular board meetings beginning in 2021, and also the plan commissions. And the meetings would go from 7:30 to a 7 p.m. Start time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm looking for a motion, please, to approve ordinance 2020-37.
So moved, trustee Hendricks.
Thank you, trustee Hendricks, and a second, please.
Second, trustee Martinez.
Thank you, trustee Martinez. Any discussion on this item? Seeing no one, if I could please ask our clerk to call the roll.
Trustee Page,
Aye.
trustee Hendricks,
Aye.
trustee Blair,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Abbott,
Aye.
trustee Krusek.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
Next, item B is Resolution 2020-101. Was resolution waiving the competitive bidding process and authorizing the administrator to execute a contract with Sound Inc. This is for proposed audio-visual system upgrades to the village boardroom here at Village Hall.
If I could please have a motion to approve resolution 2020-101.
So moved, trustee Page. Second, trustee Blair.
Thank you very much, trustee Page and trustee Blair. Any discussion on this item, please?
Madam Mayor,
Yes, please.
trustee
Trustee
Abbott
Abbott.
here.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to be voting no on this, and I hope my colleagues will also. We had $35,000 in the budget to do upgrades on the sound system, and we're looking now at spending an additional $75,000 over budget. In my view, these improvements are not needs. I think they're wants. We're in the midst of a pandemic. We're now in our second or third year of using reserves to pay for operating expenses. This year has been a struggle financially for us as a village. It's going to be a struggle next year financially for us as a village. And I just don't think it's a wise use of $75,000 that we don't have to get bells and whistles for a sound system that we don't really need. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee Abbott. Anyone else? Not seeing anyone? If our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Hendricks,
Aye.
trustee Blair,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Abbott,
Aye.
trustee Krusek,
Aye.
trustee Page,
Aye.
trustee Page.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
Can I change my vote?
Yes, you
I was
can.
wondering.
Nay. Nay. Thank you. Too many Zoom meetings.
Thank you.
Sorry, thank you. Item C, ordinance 2020-38. It's an ordinance establishing rates of compensation for the non-union employees of the Village of Woodridge. This would be the 2021 salary administration plan that would, of course, take effect on January 1, 2021. Thank you.
Looking for a motion to approve ordinance 2020-38, please.
So moved, trustee Martinez.
Thank you, trustee Martinez, and a second, please.
Second, trustee Hendricks.
Thank you, trustee Hendricks. Any discussion on this item? Seeing no one, if our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Blair,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Abbott,
Nay.
trustee Krusek,
Aye.
trustee Page,
Aye.
trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
And next item D is resolution 2020-102. It's a resolution authorizing the administrator to enter into an agreement with the firm of Karen A. Byrne, who is a contractor for our code enforcement services for the village. This would be for a 2-year contract extension.
Could please ask for a motion to approve resolution 2020-102.
So moved, trustee Page.
Thank you, trustee Page. And a second, please.
Second, trustee Krusek.
Thank you, trustee Krusek. Any discussion on this item? Seeing no one, if our clerk could please call the roll.
Trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Abbott,
Aye.
trustee Krusek,
Aye.
trustee Page,
Aye.
trustee Hendricks,
Aye.
trustee Blair.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
Okay, Mayor Cunningham, the next several items are going to be the ordinances for the levies and the
Okay,
abatement ordinances. So
Thank
item
you.
E is ordinance 2020-39, ordinance levying taxes for the village of Woodridge in Page County for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2021 and ending December 31st, 2021.
thank you very much. Looking for a motion to approve ordinance 2020-39.
So
So
moved,
moved.
trustee Krusek.
Thank you, trustee Krusek. And was it a second by trustee Hendricks?
Correct.
Okay, thank you so much. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, if the clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Abbott,
Aye.
trustee Krusek,
Aye.
trustee Page,
Aye.
trustee Hendricks,
Aye.
trustee Blair,
Aye.
trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
And next item F is ordinance 2020-40. It's an ordinance levying taxes for the Woodridge Public Library for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2021 and ending December 31st, 2021.
Thank you very much. Looking for a motion, please, to approve ordinance 2020-40.
So moved, trustee Blair.
Thank you, trustee Blair. And a second, please.
Second, trustee Hendricks.
Thank you, trustee Hendricks. Any discussion on this item? If our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Krusek,
Aye.
trustee Page,
Aye.
trustee Hendricks,
Aye.
trustee Blair,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Abbott.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
Thank you very much. And we want to thank Director Dubay. Also, thank you very much.
Next item G, ordinance 2020-41. It's an ordinance levying taxes for the village of Woodridge. This is in reference to special service area number 1 for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2021 and ending December 31st, 2021.
Asking for a motion, please, to approve ordinance 2020-41.
So moved, trustee Martinez.
Thank you, trustee Martinez. And a second, please.
Second, trustee Page.
Thank you, trustee Page. Any discussion on this item? If our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Page,
Aye.
trustee Hendricks,
Aye.
trustee Blair,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Abbott,
Aye.
trustee Krusek.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
Item H, ordinance 2020-42, ordinance levying taxes for the village of Woodridge, in reference to special service area number 3, also for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2021 and ending December 31st, 2021.
Thank you very much. Looking for a motion to approve ordinance 2020-42, please.
So moved, trustee Hendricks.
Thank you, trustee Hendricks. And a second.
Second, trustee Abbott.
Thank you, trustee Abbott. Any discussion on this item, please? Seeing no one, if our clerk would call the roll, please.
Trustee Hendricks,
Aye.
trustee Blair,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Abbott,
Aye.
trustee Krusek,
Aye.
trustee Page.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
Next item I, ordinance 2020-43, an ordinance levying taxes for the village of Woodridge. This is special service area number 5 for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2021 and ending December 31st, 2021.
Thank you very much. Looking for a motion, please, to approve ordinance 2020-43.
So moved, trustee Krusek.
Thank you, trustee Krusek. And a second, please.
Second, trustee Page.
Thank you, trustee Page. Any discussion on this item? Seeing no one, if our clerk would call the roll.
Trustee Blair,
Aye.
Trustee Martinez,
Aye.
Trustee Abbott,
Aye.
Trustee Krusek,
Aye.
Trustee Page,
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
Next, item J, ordinance 2020-44, an ordinance abating portions of the tax levy of the Village of Woodridge, DuPage, Will, and Cook Counties for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2021, and ending December 31st, 2021, for the Village of Woodridge, in reference to the $9,075,000 general obligation refunding bonds, Series 2014, dated December 30th of 2014.
Thank you very much. Looking for a motion, please, to approve ordinance 2020-44.
So moved, trustee Hendricks.
Thank you, trustee Hendricks. And a second, please.
Second, trustee Martinez.
Thank you, trustee Martinez. Any discussion on this item? Seeing no one, if our clerk would call the roll, please.
Trustee Martinez,
Aye.
Trustee Abbott,
Aye.
Trustee Krusek,
Aye.
Trustee Page,
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks,
Aye.
Trustee Blair.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
Next, item K, ordinance 2020-45, an ordinance abating portions of the tax levy for the Village of Woodridge in DuPage, Will, and Cook County, Illinois, for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2021, and ending December 31st, 2021, for the Village of Woodridge. This is the $3,810,000 general obligation refunding bonds, Series 2017, dated December 1st, 2017.
Looking for a motion to approve ordinance 2020-45, please.
So move, trustee Blair.
Thank you, trustee Blair. And a second, please.
Second, trustee Abbott.
Thank you, trustee Abbott. Any discussion on this item? Seeing no one, if our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Blair,
Aye.
Trustee Martinez,
Aye.
Trustee Abbott,
Aye.
Trustee Krusek,
Aye.
Trustee Page,
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
Last item this evening is item L, and it's ordinance 2020-46, an ordinance abating portions of the tax levy, Village of Woodridge, DuPage, Will, and Cook Counties, for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2021, and ending December 31st, 2021, for the Village of Woodridge. This is the $5 million general obligation refunding bonds, Series 2019, dated October 17th, 2019.
Thank you very much. Looking for a motion to approve ordinance 2020-46, please.
So moved, trustee Krusek.
Thank you, trustee Krusek. And a second, please.
Second, trustee Page.
Thank you, trustee Page. Any discussion on the item? Seeing no one, if our clerk would please call the roll.
Trustee Krusek,
Aye.
Trustee Page,
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks,
Aye.
Trustee Blair,
Aye.
Trustee Martinez,
Aye.
Trustee Abbott.
Aye.
Motion's approved.
Thank you very much, everyone, and thank you to our clerk. This evening, there is nothing further to come before the village board. Just want to, again, thank everyone for all of the special care and staying safe and healthy in this pandemic. Please continue to follow the CDC health guidelines and stay connected to the Village of Woodridge and to your neighbors. And Neighbors Helping Neighbors has been a focus and be something that we'll continue to share with everyone. Just so important today, especially. So with nothing further to come before the village board this evening, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn the regular board meeting.
So moved, trustee Hendricks.
Thank you, trustee Hendricks. A second, please.
Second, trustee Page.
Thank you, trustee Page. All those in favor, please sign aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion carries. It is 7:38 p.m. and we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening and please
Good night.